Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Hello, my name is Michaela Williams, winner of the Festival of the Arts Secondary School Solo Pan Competition. And these are my colleagues.
We are members of the Full Comanchero Steel Orchestra, your current panorama champions.
Having won 3 of the last full panorama competitions in Spice Mass.
We are inviting you to Spice Mass 2019, especially junior and senior panorama, at the National Stadium on Saturday, 10th August 2019.
Come and enjoy the experience, the excitement, and the skills of the players of the various steel orchestra. Suzuki Pan Wizards,
Republic Bank Interlaps,
New Dimension,
Panacea,
Melody Warriors,
Rainbow City All-Stars, Grand Roy Pan Angels,
Digital Florida All-Stars,
And of course, Flow Comancheros.
After Panorama, you can join us on the road for Juve and Parade of the Bands on Monday the 12th and Tuesday the 13th of August.
Spice Mass 2019. Don't miss it.
Begins to slide. Attacks from a human race. Spiritual wickedness in such high place. Had a dream that was sweet, no longer have much. Despite the rocks they're throwing your way. And some of the things bad mind people say. Despite the racumba of the opium man. The spiritual ditch and wicked intention. Despite the missiles they out to fly. Against your progress that's now so high. You will live and you will not die. Hold on to your dream.
Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott.
And I'm Devon Romain.
And this is Hard Talk. We're live on 97.5 CitysoundFM, broadcasting out of River Road in St. George.
89.5 CRFM. Monjaloo, yeah.
92.9, that's Sister Isle Radio out there on the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Pity Martinique.
And we Noise Radio, 94.9. Yeah, out there in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning to everyone.
Yes, indeedy. And it's a rainy morning on the Isle of Spice this morning. Yeah, the after effects of that tropical wave that was passing through over the past 24 hours. So we got some sort of Baltazar River overflowed banks again. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a high volume of water up in the hills when it comes down.
Yeah. We had, I tell you, for about almost an hour, 2 hours straight yesterday afternoon. It was rain.
No, I was in St. Andrew yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was in St. Andrew yesterday, so I experienced some of it.
Yeah. And I was supposed to come down yesterday afternoon. I couldn't leave home.
When I passed Moya, I saw the water was right. I kind of get frightened every car. I know what is happening in Moya sometimes.
Yep.
So I was kind of concerned. But I don't think it broke the banks in Moya, but it did break the banks down there in at Baltazar.
Yeah.
Good morning to you, Muscles. I'm seeing you on the live. I have not received your music. Yeah? Need your music. Good morning to you, Zingo. I think Zingo had a party, was weekend? Zingo had some function, man. His he was for him to leave when he leaving to come down. Okay. Yeah, no Zingo.
Farewell.
A farewell.
A farewell.
Yeah. A farewell for a few weeks while he down here.
A carnival farewell.
Yeah.
Zingo, good morning to you. Good morning to you, Dali. How you doing, my dear? And those of you who have joined us on the live, like and share. You know, we want everybody to partake and be a part of this program, Hard Talk program, as we continue to educate and to give you information related to governance and what is going on in your country, the economic developments, and so education, housing, agriculture, whatever it is, we will, give it to you.
Good morning to you, Dali. I hope that you're having a wonderful morning this morning and everything is going okay. Folks, remember to go up and check Dali.
Yes.
You want to get a nice suit, so yeah,
Why?
in case you had to go to court and thing, you want to sew your suit, you check Dali. Yeah. You want to go to church, check Dali.
Yeah, I watching Dali style and so, but
yeah, you want to get married and thing, check Dali. You hear what I say? You want to get married, check Dali.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so they can check her out.
Yeah, and to all the carnival lovers, those of you who have been enjoying the Spice Mass, events so far, this weekend, gone. We had some interruptions, and so with the Groovy Monarch because of the
rains
weather.
on Friday night,
Yep.
sort of trade
and
off.
Sunday night too.
So only Saturday night
Only
came off.
Saturday night was able to come off.
I think when I heard the CEO speak yesterday, he mentioned that they are looking to move into an indoor venue to complete.
If they cannot.
But the only indoor venues I know you could go in to complete that is the Grenada Trade Center or the Spice Basket.
Spice Basket.
And at the Grenada Trade Center, I know for a fact this afternoon is the funeral of the teacher that died of the GBSS.
Oh, yes.
I didn't know him personally, that's the reason mainly why I'm not remembering his name. Yeah, so his funeral is this afternoon. I was at the Trade Center a bit earlier and I saw them set up there. So for his funeral, so that's going to be taking place there, the late teacher of the GBSS. So I don't see there being able to be used as a venue tonight. And then you have to put up sound system and all the other things in place to be able to host that. The another place is Spice Basket. If they do a rush, they may be able to use the Spice Basket. I could see Spice Basket, but we haven't heard anything from, again, from Spice Mass Corporation saying this is where the location will be tonight, or the weather is okay, we'll be on the Tantine Netball Court tonight. Okay? I mean, you already spend all the money to set up the system on the Tantine Netball Court. Might be sort of difficult to relocate to our next area now. Yeah.
So let's hope that the weather subside and give us an opportunity to see the Groovy preliminaries continue.
And we say good morning to you, Helen Marie. Yeah, indeed. I wonder how things going for the mass boy.
Helen, I've not forgotten you. Don't say I'm bad.
Yeah, I wonder how things going for the mass with Helen.
Well, in a slight conversation with her, she said everything is going all right, and the only thing to say, it's a bit slow for now as persons, continue to watch their budget and so. But as she always says, she's optimistic and she always meet persons halfway. So don't be afraid. You want to play mass, get in touch with Helen Marie, right? Let her know what it is and organize with her, right? And be a part. Don't let your celebration spoil because you have to wait till last minute. Yeah, talk to her and make the different arrangements, okay? Right. Good morning to Peter Bain and the Rainbow City, mass band and so. Good morning to you guys. Yesterday was the launch of the Lafayette, Jab, yeah.
Yeah, man. See a lot of people.
With all the rain, man, persons were making their way to Lafayette. Guys, you continue to have a celebration that brings out people from the different communities around St. Andrews.
I think that's the main thing. It's about the community and how the community comes together for these activities. So it's wonderful to see that.
They support when it comes to Lafayette. And so the entire almost St. Andrews comes out and be a part of it. Right? And so that's that's good to know that you had a good start to it. So hey, all those of you who are gearing up to partake in the different Spice Mass activities in St. Andrews, kudos and good luck. All right?
And at this stage, we'd like to offer our condolences to the Honorable Pamela Moses on the loss of her brother, Lincoln Bubbler John. Yeah, who passed to the great beyond over the weekend. I think it's Saturday. Friday or Saturday. He passed to the great beyond. For those of you who are Calypso enthusiasts, you would know of Bubbler being around in the Calypso fraternity for many, many, many years. Has a vast array a vast collection of music. I hear one man asking for one of his songs yesterday. Yeah, you know, it's me. You gotta check if you want to get that.
Pass me just and he don't know he was having fun all over the town. He playing a mass, he playing a mass. It was sometime in April when I sat there relaxing and I saw Padmo pass. I called out to the fellow, the man turned around just so, unlike me, Padmo don't know. A one-man band singing his song, see Padmo jumping round and round. He playing a mass.
Yeah, Padmo, I hear you was looking for that one. Yeah, Lincoln Bubbler John.
He'll be greatly missed, man.
Yeah. And this close to Carnival, to lose him this close to Carnival too.
That is,
Yeah, and over the past few years, we have been losing a lot of our really big cultural icons, I would call them. Guys who have been involved in the art form for many, many years and have made significant contributions to the development of not only calypso, but culture itself in Grenada.
Exactly.
Yeah. And who have basically archived, because the Calypsonian is basically like the lyrical library of what has been going on in the society year upon year upon year upon year. So when you listen to Calypso from the 1970s, you could tell something that was going on in the 1970s. The 1980s, same kind of thing. And you reach up to the 1990s, the 2000s, now you can basically tell what was going on. Although to a lesser extent, you had to listen to the Calypso to try and hear that. If you listen to the soca, you ain't going to know what's going on.
Yeah, you won't, the soca wouldn't give that that message and so.
Yeah.
And you know, and that's but
that's a sad thing though, because soca has come out of Calypso, and Calypso is the art form that basically it's storytelling. It goes back to the griots in Africa, where you would go to in a particular tribe, you go and you speak to one of the elder persons there, who would sit down and give you the entire history of your lineage. So they would tell you your grandfather was so-and-so who did this great thing, and your great-great-grandfather did this, and your great-great-grandfather did that, and so, and they would give you your entire history and the lineage of an individual and also of a tribe. They would be the people who said the great things that happened to the tribe, the famines, the wars that they were involved in, the major things that happened to that tribe. And they can give you that information. And there's still griots, there's still the people that you go to and they'll give you that information.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So as we celebrate Spice Mass, let us celebrate the life and death of Lincoln John Bubbler. All right, let's keep him and his family in our prayers. And as we move on and enjoy and celebrate, as I said, our Spice Mass, all right, let us keep him in our thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Remember the big
Yes, indeed. Calypso at any cost. I'm hoping that at the Dimanche Gras or some fitting event, at least a tribute is made to him. And an open tribute, I think, should be there every year for those who have passed. Abby died within the last few months.
Couple of months,
Yeah, Abby,
3 or 4
Calypsonian
months.
Abby, you know.
Yep.
Dr. G was a hero. Many people don't know. When I heard Dr. G was dying, I took off like a jet plane.
He was buried with that song, eh? He was buried with it, and I didn't go to the funeral, but I live close by, so I had the opportunity to see, part of the ceremony. And
So you were there?
Yeah, I was right in the road there when there was, bringing.
When I heard Dr. D was dying, I took off like a jet plane.
Right, true. It was a nice send-off. I saw was one of the notable person that you always see in events like that is Scholar.
Yeah, he makes sure that he's around when a Calypsonian is at the... I know he was around for Tangler.
Yeah.
I know for a fact he was around...
Teller,
Teller.
yeah.
Not Tangler, Teller.
Teller.
Even this artist that died, Shotariki.
Shotariki.
Yeah, Shotariki may have had his issues, and so by the end of the day, it's a brother in the art form.
Exactly.
Yeah, and if it's one person that's going to be there, it's Finley.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make sure he did.
Yeah, respect for the artist and the art form. That's one of the persons who carries that on his back.
Yeah.
And so.
The National Water and Sewage Authority wishes to advise consumers that they can expect delays in the delivery of water services over the next few hours and so, in case the rain starts to fall heavy again. It's simply this. When the rain is falling heavily, some of us, we say, okay, we have more water, there should be no reason that Nawasa is off. But what happens when the rain comes down pretty heavily is that you end up with the catchment areas silted. Yeah. So you can end up with a situation where the catchment areas are silted. And when I say silted, that all the lumber and different things can come down and block the dam. Yeah? And block the dam. Remember, the water from the dam is what is going through to be treated. And if you block up the dam so that the water, even though you have that volume of water, it can't get into the dam, or it gets into the dam and the lumber and so on blocks the outlet that takes it out to be treated, you can end up with a situation where there is a shortage of water for a short period of time. And then the guys from Nawasa, they have to go up into the hillsides and they have to go up into the mountainsides and they have to go and fix some of the broken pipes, because sometimes that's a problem. Sometimes you have a landslide in a different location and one of those big pipes that they have running down the mountain, most of us don't even know them. You don't see them unless you're hunting or so on and you know the areas. And you can't be hunting in Granatang area, so you're not supposed to know where those in Granatang is unless you're hiking. But anyway, if you're hunting and so on, or you know where the pipes are, in some instances there may be a landslide and so there, and that in itself would break the pipes. And then the team from Nawasa, and remember, these are not areas that you could drive up to. These guys have to take the pipes
on their back.
Exactly. And they have to walk up to these areas with their equipment to go and replace the broken ones or to repair the broken ones. Sometimes they have to replace it, which means they have to take those new pipes, put them on the shoulder. No trucks, no tractor, no van can go in those areas. Put it on their shoulder and walk up the mountain to the place that has to be done and do that up there. So
and you see, and some people may wonder why, Nawasa has to get more modernized, but things like that cannot be avoided. The whole question of where manual labor has to be used, right? There's no other alternative. You cannot get the big trucks and the crane and so to go up onto the mountainsides, right? To ensure that the main pipes are being installed. So hey, we have to say, man, these guys Nawasa, they do, especially in the rainy season. They have real challenges, right? And they
work extremely hard.
Man,
they work extremely hard.
And then plus you have, they have to maintain the pipes that run to the homes, right? So that's a whole, so we have to bear with them. We have to understand.
I can't say this, and I'm not saying that it's any special treatment or so, but I called a team from Nawasa in relation to a leak in Springs a couple of weeks ago, and they were there within an hour. Mm-hmm. And within 15 minutes of reaching, they had it fixed. Mm-hmm. These guys work and work fast.
They definitely
Yeah,
work fast.
we hear about they don't come and they don't come and they don't come, but we don't hear about those issues, those times when they're there and they're there quickly and on time and they sort the problem out. Because it was a problem that had existed for a little while. And I called them, I said, well, look, this is the location, so. The guy said, okay, we're over in Library, we're coming just now. And tell you, within an hour they were there. Within 15 minutes of arriving. I just see some sparks start to fly, I hear some wrench start to turn and bam.
Yeah. And
Nawasa, continue doing what you're doing and improving on what you're doing.
Yeah, and another thing with Nawasa too, sometimes motorists or even all of us, we drive on the roads. Nawasa may pass and cut across the road, dig up repair pipe and everything like. And for perhaps within 5 to 10 days or within 2 or 3 weeks, that piece of road remain unattended. It's not because they are leaving it; they are neglecting that. That is there for reasons, right? They cannot just go and cover it and seal it after, and then when the water starts flowing, there's a leak and they have to come and dig it up. So they has to give it a period in which that they can be monitored, and so to.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hannah is saying she thinks that's special treatment. No, that's not a special. I didn't identify who called. If I had identified and I say it's me was one thing, but I call and I say, look, this is where I gave them proper directions. And so, and I think that's what a lot of people don't do. Some people call and they don't give proper directions. So then the team comes out, and it's not that they know as a team doesn't come out, and you could ask the guys on the van, they could tell you. Sometimes they get some information. It's like, okay, it have a bus main in Springs, down the road in Springs. So, I mean, down the road in Springs, where is that? So you have to give them specific, near to Lampole, so, on the other side of the road.
Give them
or
a
near to
reference
this.
point,
Yeah, a reference point that they can find it. Yeah, because other than that, they have to kind of drive and listen and search and come out the van and look down the road to see if it's there and that kind of thing. And meanwhile, gallons upon gallons of water is wasting. Folks, we should have a couple guests in with us this week. A couple guests should be in with us this week. We will be letting you know when they arrive. We ain't telling you beforehand who it is coming in and when they're coming in. All right? We will not tell you beforehand. But when they reach in, you could just hear them announced, and then you understand what's going on. Yes, indeed.
Sheldon, I started something like last week when you were absent, concerning a number of issues that is related to Spice Mass, like the celebrations, what are things that we need to do, how we need to conduct ourselves, how we, the things that are in place, right, that we have to follow. Because year after year, we seem to see the police coming out, trying to inform persons as to the type of behavior, what is expected of them. And, we, as a country, as a people, we keep on just repeating a lot of foolish mistakes. You understand? So I decided, I say, look, as long as we have, here to give information, these are some of the things that must be done. We cannot stop informing people as to, especially some of the do's and don'ts when it comes to Spice Mass, rules and regulations.
But not only Spice Mass, but in general. And for instance, we usually warn folks when it's coming up to not just the carnival time, but Easter and Christmas. Because if you look at that Easter weekend, a lot of people don't realize, but that Easter weekend is packed of activities.
Lots.
Even more packed than the weekend before Christmas and those sort of things. Christmas time, most people focus on home and family. You may have like a December to remember and those different things coming up around that time. But people tend to focus more on home or community. But when it's the Easter time, there are lots of party and fete and different things coming up and cruises and everything. And it's the catamaran, it's the rum runner, it's all sorts of things going on around that time. And with that happening around that time, some of the things that apply to Carnival apply there as well, because you have people, for instance, that drink a load of alcohol and
want to drive.
Because I saw several accidents over the weekend, a lot of accidents over the weekend. And again, some of them have to do with drinking and driving. How do you expect to be able to? You leave home about 9, 10 in the night, which is another discussion just now we're going to have. You leave home about 9, 10 in the night, and you go to a party. And some people, that's too early for them. They want to leave around 11, 12.
Sometimes 1 o'clock.
So you leave around 11, 12, and you go to a party. So you ain't sleep. You might have come out from work earlier, and in the case of some women, and so you're getting ready. So you have to make sure the hairdo, you might go straight by the hairdresser from work, and the nails and all this kind of thing. You do up your stuff, or you're organizing your outfit. So you ain't sleep. You ain't even eat properly.
That's
but
a lot of
11,
energy
12.
wasting, yeah.
You've gone to an activity where you're going to be standing or jumping or prancing or dancing whole night and drinking alcohol. And then that goes up until daylight, and then you get behind the wheel of a vehicle to drive. And that's the time, for the time you sit down is when the sleepiness starts to take you, That's when the sleepiness starts to take you. And that's why I'll continue to congratulate Netherlands Insurance on making sure that at several of the activities they have the sober up point. You could go and get your coffee, you could go and get your tea. If it's just some hot water you want, you could go and get that, drink and try and sober up, relax, sober up, go in your vehicle, crack the glass, take a rest before you attempt to drive. And that's even if you're not the drinker, even if you're not the drinker, you should do that. Yeah, get some coffee, get some tea, take a sleep. Because even though you're not drinking, but you're jumping up and you're prancing, so your body's tired. You may fall asleep. So you need to go and get that done as well.
Yeah, and we tend to take a lot of these things off for granted. As you said, you may not be drinking alcohol.
Yeah, not necessarily that you're a drinker. Huh? You might be
the
totally
fatigue,
sober.
Yeah. You're a hard worker. You work for, 5-6 days straight. Let's take, for example, construction workers. I mean, persons who work really hard, 9-10 hours for the day, sometimes more, right? And so on. You do that for the week, and then you want to have some fun. But you want to drive, you still want to drink. And so we just warning you, just be careful. Be mindful of what can happen, right? When you don't follow these steps and so, because not just your life you're putting in danger, right? But it could be those with you, your family's life, and other people's family life. So we have to pay attention to a lot of these things.
Suppose a pregnant woman is in a vehicle coming in next direction and you cause that woman to lose her child due to your driving.
Yeah.
You've caused it. Yeah, no one to blame but you. You've caused it. So we have to be careful. Yeah. We have to be extremely careful when it comes to these issues and so on. You must be careful. It's not necessarily that you're the drinker, but even if you're the driver, because some people feel because that person hasn't drunk any alcohol, it means that they're okay to drive. There's another aspect to it. Those of you that are on medication, you may be medicated. So if the police stop you and they do a breathalyzer on you, you will pass a breathalyzer, but you should not be driving. Because there are some medications that state clearly on them, do not use when using heavy equipment or driving, in fact, driving at all. Totally. But especially when operating heavy equipment and so, because it could cause the death of yourself and others. So there are some people that are on medication, and some young people on medication for high blood pressure and all kind of thing too, Yeah, and that can cause you to be drowsy. So you have to be careful. All right.
Another aspect again that relates to festive times, right? Again, is the whole question of what you consume, eating, what you eat, right? The methods of preparation. To those of you who continue to provide a service, right, to revelers, to persons who going around, having fun and even bystanders and so, we want to make sure that you meet the relevant requirements and so, to be selling food for people, right? We want to make sure that you have your food badge, you do what is necessary, what is stipulated, right? What is there, what the Ministry of Health has laid down for you to follow, right? Because people's lives, right, would be put in danger if you don't follow these procedures. Food poisoning, right, can happen. Right, you have to be careful. Your method of preparation, how you do things, right? Your surroundings and everything like that, right? Persons who buy, you have to be careful as to who you buy from, right? Pay attention to their method of preparation, where they decide to hold up to prepare things for you to eat, right? I mean, you could only safeguard yourself when you pay attention to this information. Right, but most of all, from the Ministry of Health, those of you who are vendors preparing and selling food, right, for the population, you must ensure that you do the right thing. Okay?
Yeah, you see, the ministry could give you a badge. You could go through the proper phytosanitary, you could go through all the training you have to go through, but when it comes time for the implementation and you don't implement what you ought to be implementing,
that's where the problem comes.
It becomes a problem there. You have to implement it, yeah? Just remember that what you're doing could cause others to
Exactly.
not only get sick, you could kill somebody too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For instance, there's the issue there where there are people that using the same utensils in the fish and they're using the same utensils for the chicken, or they have the fish close enough that it contaminates the chicken. Now, let me explain to you that there are people right here in Grenada that if any sort of seafood touch their throat, they can die. Yeah? Some people take this thing for joke and just say it's something that people don't like. Yeah? It's not that people don't like it. It is that they have an allergic reaction to it. There are people that have to walk around with a thing they call an EpiPen. They have to take it and inject themselves if they get in contact with any seafood. Some people, it's shellfish. Like I know we have a friend who has been inside here with us. Shellfish is, you have to keep that. Lamby, lobster, all these shrimp, you have to keep them thing away from him. He's swell up like a blowfish. Hospital time. Yeah? Wow. There are other people that it's all seafood, not just shellfish. And if you are using, for instance, you're using the thong to pick up the chicken and you take that and use it to pick up the fish, and then you go back and pick up chicken with it and you hand somebody, you could kill that person. You can kill them. Yeah? Ooh, okay. Good morning to you, Chrissy. All right. Yeah, you have to ensure that you have the proper procedure and that you keep these things totally separate. As simple as it may sound, it can be a visitor to Grenada, and that person may be negatively impacted by that and give a bad review of the whole country because of this one thing that has happened. So we have to be careful on that one.
And to everyone who is, listening, right, and maybe be affected, we want you, when you notice persons who are not doing the right thing in preparation when they're preparing food and so to sell, bring it to the attention of the Ministry of Health or so. You may not just be saving your life, but you may be saving other lives and so, and you may be just the person who is doing it, you just be helping them. So we want to, because it's food, it's the consumption of food, and we want to ensure that it's safe for everyone, those who are preparing and those who are consuming. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Hey, wow. Good morning to you, Jerry. You ain't get nothing from Wow yet?
I've not heard anything from
Wow. Let me see if we find something from Wow. It must have something from Wow somewhere around there, man. Yeah, man. Let me see if we find something from Wow and hear what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, this is for the oppressed. God bless. Huh. Well, Rastaman, they on the streets and Rastaman doing some hustling. Sometimes he have what and not, sometimes enough sit us the youth selling. Well, this is a crucial kind of life that the Rastaman living. Although he never trouble nobody, still people try to fight him. Oh, God, it's very hard when a youth man now we try to rise up. First thing you have to know, youth and tell them is what your life it is worth. Politicians slipping and silk, I say when the poor man sleeping on dirt. We hustling on the block, I say we don't want no Babylon work, this is for the man them. The man with the problem. What about the children? Oh God, baby, police brutalize them. People scrutinize them. Even victimize them. Oh God, baby. I was sitting on the block, minding my own business. When I had a confrontation with a man like police. He say I'm looking just like a man who does carry the gun just bliff. He going to give me a body such.
We've got a caller on the line.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning. I can hear the person.
Caller, we can barely hear you. Hello. I wonder if something is wrong here. Caller, you'll have to call back.
Give us a call back.
No, everything's normal here.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly what is taking place. Oh, I think I know what's taking place here. This is supposed to call us back.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see now.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, sir. We got cut off.
Yes.
No, we weren't hearing you, but the problem was on my end.
I was just sharing this thing for a second.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of people who can die of contaminated food in the military than from the guns. So I'm glad you all are talking about sanitary and health. Have a blessed day, gentlemen.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
Yeah, and we forgot to give the phone numbers. 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
No, but it's very important. I don't think a lot of people realize how dangerous this entire thing can be. That just a simple act of using the same utensil to touch the fish and then touch the chicken and contaminating that chicken. Because there are people that you buy the chicken from and it smells of fish, you know. Some people go so far as to fry the chicken in the same oil as the fish.
Oil. That is disgusting.
And that's wrong,
It is wrong.
That's wrong on so many levels. They fry the chicken in the same oil as they have fried the fish. And that in itself is dangerous. You can cause someone to lose their life. So you have to be careful with that. Yeah? And as we on the food and so on contaminated, remember, and we always warn you about this, the carnival season is approaching, and especially young ladies. Please be careful who you take drinks from and what drinks you're taking from people. And so, in fact, in my humble opinion, if you ain't pouring it yourself or you ain't opening it yourself, don't take it. Obviously, when you go to places like the National Stadium and so, they will not give you a bottle to go with. They don't allow bottles onto the field at the National Stadium and at many other venues. For instance, I know they had Colors Fete at Mariana. They won't allow glass bottles out from the bar. That's part of the rules when you're using one of these facilities, that you're not allowed to take glass bottles out. It does not mean, though, that if you're offered a drink, excuse me, by either a male or female, that you cannot go to the bar with them and see the drink poured yourself. And some of you who like to drink the Guinness, which is dark, so you can't see when they slip the pill inside it, or they throw the powder, or they throw the liquid inside it and mix it in for you.
The moccasin or whatever, the dark colored drink.
Because we have some people that find themselves in some situations, and a lot of them do not speak about it, they do not report it, they're embarrassed about it, so they do not report it to the police, they do not speak about it. And you find many of those situations, and it is caused because they've been drugged. Yeah, they have been drugged. Don't think this is something that's just happening outside of Grenada. It is happening, has been happening here.
For a long time.
Guys been buying this, what do I call it? Oh gosh, let me don't even call the name, because next thing somebody go and look for it. Next thing somebody, I ain't gonna call the name, because somebody malintent might go and buy it.
Good morning, my friend. Good morning.
We, the St. George Northwest Executive, we sympathize with Honorable Pamela Moses and the loss of her brother, Bobala, better known, the Lincoln, better known as Bobala, and his wife. Yeah, Bobala is someone that I know very well. His wife I know very well, because all of us came up from the same parish, St. Patrick. And brothers, I want to encourage them to be strong, be strong, be strong. Don't give up, be strong. And brothers, I want to see something. Many accidents that took place is because a lot of people go for driving test, right? They pass it. But the problem arises when they're on the road and driving. They don't implement what they taught. And I do believe if they implement and they put what they taught into practice, there will be no accident, no mishap. Because sometimes, like you're driving and someone call you. One day, Sheldon, you have to come back. Well, many times, drivers turning back to see who called them. You just get to hand to let the person know that you hear them. But some people, not all, but some drivers, they turning back. They want to see who calling them. So I do believe if they implement what they taught, right, there will be less accident, or there may be no accident. So, Brother Devon, Sheldon, all I want to the God bless you all.
All right, my friend.
All right, thank you.
Wonderfully. Yeah, and Sheldon, that whole question of the drugging of drinks, and it happens most of the time around the festive times, right? And not just you young ladies, young men, but everyone in general. Be careful of who you receive or take a drink from, who you allow to go and buy a drink for you and everything. Like, yes, you have to trust people, but you do not,
Brother man, there are relatives of people that have been involved in drugging the people.
Yeah.
There are relatives. I know of one situation of a young lady. She was lying with her cousin and some other guys. And she was drugged, and the cousin claims that he doesn't know anything about it. And he knows, He knows he was there with them throughout the process, everything. He knows what happened, and he's a cousin of the young lady. I won't say where it happened, but it happens. So you have to be so very careful of who, because sometimes they're looking at you whole year and they're waiting for you to drop your guard. That one time you drop your guard, you go on the cruise with them and drink sharing, and you decide you want to play thing, and you take a drink from them, and
that's it.
Boom.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
you don't remember anything until the next day. Yeah. So you have to be so very careful.
Another practice again that I've seen with a lot of young men, even some young ladies too, the mixture of their drink, they continue to use a lot of these energy drink to chase alcohol.
And that
which
could
is
kill you.
Very, very dangerous.
That can kill you.
You know?
That can kill you dead.
Dead on spot. You can just, I mean, it's so dangerous that I mean...
Drinking, let's put it this way. It is not recommended that you drink the energy drinks at all.
Yeah.
At all. No, seriously. I drink the energy drinks. I like a Monster. People know me. I love my Monster.
I don't drink that.
But for years, I've been drinking the Monster, and so I think that's kind of the reason I get a little buffy too. Because no, it's full of sugar. But it gives you that energy. It gives you that rise. So you feel you could work and you could do things and so. So on a night time you might be going and you're feeling kind of tired and so, and you take the energy drink.
Drink a Monster.
Brother man, when the sugar wears off,
that's where the problem
and you start to go down. When you have to sleep, you have to sleep. There's nothing to stop you that you must go and sleep.
You may even get knocked out because of that. You're fighting asleep, and when you just
Yeah, so you must go and take the sleep. So when you see that thing start to kick in, there's nothing to stop it.
So you got to be careful. Those of you, I mean, I can't tell you don't consume, don't drink alcohol. It's up to you. You know your limit, right? Some of you know, some of you just drink because you follow other people. But just your method of drinking, how you mix your drink, you have to be careful, very careful of what you do. Because remember, it's your body you're destroying, your health, right, and your life you're putting at risk, and others. You know, imagine you have someone who consume a lot of alcohol mixing with an energy drink and has to drive to go home and has to drive persons, for example, a bus. Understand? Much people may not be paying attention to what him or her consume. It's after the fact, then we realize, look, you know, the practice of that person, you know, led to that. So we have to be mindful. Mm-hmm. We have to pay attention to all those things, the surroundings, right, when we go out in these festive activities and so. Not just Spice Mass, but Christmas, Easter, and any activity that you go to. Yeah.
All the time. Because there are activities in Grenada taking place all the time. So you have to be very, very careful with that. Yeah, 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
A pretty uneventful weekend, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the weather had a...
And before I forget, on behalf of the family of the late Dennis Williams, we'd like to thank each and every one of you that came out last week and showed your support to us, the Williams / Levine / Folks family. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for coming out and showing your support. And indeed, he will be missed. And we thank each and every one of you. Yeah? Because we had a lot of people that came by. Even those that couldn't come to the funeral itself, at least they sent messages. They came by the house and different things like that. Some who couldn't make it down to the church, they made it to the cemetery. And we'd like to thank each and every one of you. All right? So I'm saying that on behalf of the Williams family, the Folks family, the Levine family. Yeah, it was a big family. Different sides. We'd like to thank each and every one of you. All right? Nice. Beautiful. 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
I think I see another one here.
Wine girl, wine girl, wine girl, wine girl. Show them you walking, show them you walk, show them you walking, wine girl, and mash it up. Show them you walking, show them you.
Yeah, folks, remember, just be careful out there.
Very careful.
At the end of the carnival, we want to be speaking to and with you.
All the time.
Yeah, we want to be speaking about you. Yeah. As in the past tense. Yeah. He was a nice fella. She was a nice girl.
Nope.
Let's have a conversation afterwards, yeah? Yes, indeed. And we're still trying to get information in relation to the Groovy Monarch so we can let you all know what is taking place, huh? Yeah.
Y'all, you know lazy. Is yours by your own clothes. Tell them man don't get crazy when your business exposed.
You take care of your family. Girl, you is at top rank. Yes, man, I say I rate you cause you have money in the bank, yeah.
Show them you walking. Show them you walk. Show them you walking. When y'all and mash it up. Show them you walking. Show them you walk. Show them you walking. When y'all and mash it up. Jackie says she could walk. Betty says she could walk. Lisa says she could walk. When y'all wine and mash it up. Jackie says she could walk. Lisa says she could walk. Keisha says she could walk.
What the fireman singing soca? Yes, indeed.
Good morning to all of you who have just joined us and who have been on the live for the duration of the program.
And also welcome to all of the returnees. I like to call all JCB. There's no such thing. All your returnees, all you come home.
You went on a vacation and you...
Yeah, you might even go on that vacation for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yes.
Some goes on vacation for as long as 40 years.
Yes, and you return
but here is home. So you finally come home.
Home, sweet home.
Find it strange when some people even here and say, I'm going home Thursday. You're going home Thursday, wait, no. When you're up there, you're going home Thursday. When you're down here, you're going out there. Thursday, yeah. So we say a special good morning to each and every one of you. We hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning.
Yeah, and the whole tempo for Spice Mass has been gradually building up, patiently and gradually building up. And so because so many activities that has already gone, so much to come, right? It's going to be a bumper Spice Mass this year, right? God's willing.
So let me see. We regret to inform the general public that the Groovy preliminaries for tonight, that was yesterday, had been postponed. They hope to resume today at Carnival City at 6 p.m. if the weather is favorable. If not, they will move to an indoor venue at the Grenada Trade Center at 6 p.m. So far, so good. I think the weather outside looks a little possible.
Yeah.
So far, Carnival City. If not, they have to move to the Trade Center. And then the Calypso tents are being, I think the Calypso tents are being judged this week. I think Roots is up for judging on Thursday at the Malmont Big Yard. Yeah, Roots Calypso tent, they will face the judges the 18th of July at the Malmont Big Yard from 8 p.m. So you can go out there and support the former Monarch Rootsman Kelly and many others. Yeah, that'll be a nice one. Take what I tell you. Go on out and support them. Yeah? Even if they're singing on me and all. Yeah. Clap, wave, run down the aisle, shake the hand. Yeah. Yes, man. So they will be judging on, Thursday or Wednesday? Thursday, the 18th. All right? Nice, beautiful.
Let me ask you that, Sheldon. Do a lot of these soca artists partake in what is going on in the Calypso tents? Are they part of the cast on a nightly basis when the tents?
I am not sure. I haven't been to any of the tents this year.
It would be interesting though to see a merge of both the soca and Kaiso when the tents at the tents level.
Because I think the tents are more focused on the Calypso.
The Calypso.
And not so much the soca. Maybe an artist may have a soca tune or so.
That's why he might play.
Like this one that we just heard from Papa Jerry. You might hear him decide that he's going to drop that one the night.
Soca,
it might be a scholar might decide, okay, he's doing a party tune. Although I haven't really heard him with a party tune this year, per se. I think I've just heard it's Kaisos.
Just Kaiso.
Yeah. So
it will bring out some added energy and bring out some more persons who usually may not want to just go and hear Kaiso in the tents, but maybe tempted to go when they hear particular soca artists and so going out there and be part of the tents. I think something too that I gotta be mindful of is the Kaiso guys. They basically being backed up by the band, bands, and with the soca artists it's a little bit more difficult. And so based on the amount of bands we have, and so in the different tents. And that kind of thing, because you find a lot of the soca artists just sing off of their records or whatever, right? Except for finals or semi-finals. And that
Well, they had to start in the semi-finals. Yeah, they had to start doing it. And I don't have the date of the semi-finals for the Groovy and the Soca Monarchy yet.
It's at the end of the month.
End of the month. So that should be next weekend or the weekend after that?
Yeah. I had a list, both of them is carried for Progress Park. Yeah.
Yeah, you have it printed out?
I was looking for it, but I just misplaced it. It's like
you misplaced your Calypso?
Yeah, I had a listing with this. Yeah, I had 4 of them. I only seen 3.
Yeah, but this man will be facing the judges come Thursday. He'll be facing the judges there at the Roots Calypso tent at the Malmont Big Yard.
Decide to compose another sweet calypso again. But this time, I want it to be real plain. I ain't putting no kind of double meaning. The smallest child must understand what I'm saying. I don't want no misinterpreting when the music playing. In most establishments, whether big or small, the workers do them like a daisical. It's like they're doing you a favor when you go to their business place. Some of them playing games on computer, production time going to waste. We need better customer service here in this place. You lazy government or even private worker, I wanna tell you straight in your face. We need better customer service here in this place, and it will be in everyone's interest. We need better customer service. Let's make it a general practice. We need better customer service. Just like tourism, let's make it everybody's business. We need better customer service. Especially in emergency crisis, we need better customer service. Don't treat us so. For instance, we have a case of emergency. The police, ambulance, and fire must respond immediately. But anytime you call the police station, they never have no form of transportation, so they can't respond to the phone call that could have saved somebody's son. And if you're lucky, you get hold of the ambulance, but your odds is like 1 in a million chance. And the fire truck does always come when the place done burn. Sometimes they even come without water. My people, this is a disgrace. We need better customer service here in this place. It's time to stop treating the consumer worse than some human waste. We need better customer service here in this place, and it will be in everyone's interest. We need better customer service. Let's make it a general practice. We need better customer service. Just like tourism, let's make it everybody's business. We need better customer service. Especially in emergency crisis, we need better customer service.
Yes, man. Kaiso.
Yeah, that's a boss right there.
Yes, indeed. So, according to the schedule you're seeing here, the Calypso tent judging day 1 is tomorrow at the St. Paul's Community Center. That's the Cheros. Calypso tent judging day 2, that's Roots. That's
Thursday.
Right. Calypso tent judging 3 Northwest.
That's Friday, July 19th.
Where?
Dragons Bay.
Nice.
8 p.m.
And Roots is at Malmont Big Yard.
Malmont Big Yard, yeah.
Yeah. The Northwest is free, starting at 8 p.m. But Roots and the Cheros, so the one on Tuesday and Thursday, you have to pay $10. Yeah, it could contribute something towards the culture. Nice.
And then you have Saturday, July 20th, Deluxe Cinema, Kaiso Bars.
Yeah, man.
All right.
That's $20.
8 p.m., $20, yeah.
All right. Judging day 5, Kaiso Kingdom. That's taking place at the Natural Works, $15.
Sunday, July 21st,
and
8 p.m.
Calypso tent day 6, Fireworks.
Monday, July 22nd, Deluxe Cinema, 8 p.m., $20.
All right. And the Groovy Monarch semifinals, they'll be taking place in Tantine on the netball court, well, Carnival City. That will be taking place on Thursday, the 25th of July. That's next week, Thursday. And starts at 8 p.m. The price of admission, only $25. The Soca Monarch semi-finals, they'll be taking place on July the 26th, the following day. That'll be moving up to St. Andrew at the Progress Park, St. Andrew. 8 p.m., $30 entry fee. And that's followed on the Saturday by the Traditional Mass Festival in Diamond St. Mark. So that's where you could go and see all them Veko and all them short knee and all the traditional mass here. You're going to have some little... Indian, if it have Wild Indian. Yeah. You'll see some stilt walkers as well. Moko Jumbi. Yeah, so that... And we have the Junior Calypso semi-finals. That's taking place next week, not this Saturday, but next week Saturday at the Progress Park St. Andrew as well.
July 27th.
From 5 p.m.
5 p.m. Children, $10. Adults, $20.
And the Kaiso semi-finals.
Sunday, July 28th. Progress Park, St. Andrews.
Kaiso.
5 p.m., $30. Kaiso. That's my best show.
That's the one for you?
Yeah, that's my best show.
Yeah, you actually get more artists than you get in the March Gras.
Yeah, and you understand what you're getting into, going to... You make up your mind whether or not you want to go to the finals. Straight up.
Yeah. All right. Lorraine is asking... Trying to find out who you're asking about. Somebody's saying they want Miss Coco. Yeah, Miss Coco, yeah, she has some wonderful music out there.
Miss Coco?
Yeah, Miss Coco. A young lady, she's been doing some wonderful music, and it has been going across pretty well with a lot of people. Yeah, she's been doing some beautiful music.
And I've not heard no music from female this year.
You haven't heard from females?
No,
boy.
No.
Yeah, let him hear a little piece of Miss Coco. Oh, yes, Bubla has passed on. Oh, yeah, you're late. Yeah, so we did do a little tribute for Bubla a little earlier. And we will be ending with some of his top tunes again. I think we have a call online. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
Hello, you're
Hello,
live.
good morning.
You're live, caller.
Yeah, I talk a lot. Sorry, but you're coming over very low on my phone. Turn it over here. Are you hearing me, really?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Good, man.
Right. Sheldon and Devon.
Yes,
right?
boys.
I would like to make a little correction here, please, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
You hearing me?
We're always open to correction. Go right ahead.
The word is Vieco. And that mistake is being made as far up to the SMC. It is Vieco. It's a traditional mass that started in Victoria. I mean, Victoria is the only place that used to have Vieco. I'm from Victoria. I played Vieco. I was involved in designing a Vieco band for Motel and these guys down the street. I don't know, people keep saying Vieco. So I would like to suggest maybe the Minister Clarisse Modeste should inform the SMC, because the family was very big in the Vieco business, that the name of the mass is Vieco. It has to do with, as a matter of fact, in Trinidad, Sheldon, there is a traditional event before Carnival that is called Vie la Cour, which is from the old yard. They are trying to revive it now in Trinidad, and as you know, Grenada influenced Trinidad Carnival quite a lot.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, they honor us by, I would say, by calling the Perro Grenade, which is was an aspect of Trinidad traditional mass.
Looks like a shaggy short knee.
Loosely translated as the Grenadian clown. So I'd like people to know, I like the people at the SMC and all the MCs and everybody, and you can help us along with that. Please, the name of the mass is Vieco. That's what it is. Thank you very much.
You're most
welcome. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey?
Thank you very much.
Lord, I'm not hearing you at all, boy. Let me try another phone if you don't mind.
No, but we hear you. We heard you.
Something seems to be wrong, but I'm hearing you. I don't know if it's because of the rain, most likely.
No, but we got you clearly.
All right, I'm hearing you. Right, but you're not a conversation and you're not hearing the other end.
Yeah, but we heard you very clearly. Vieco.
So please, Devon, and I'm Sheldon, is I wanted to call you last week to tell you, but when I called, the program had ended and the phone rang out.
No
so
problem.
Please, people, Grenadians, or go to Victoria, talk to the old people, and find out the correct pronunciation. It is Vieco.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, you're most welcome. Vieco.
Yeah, we got to make sure we have it properly. So it's not Veco.
Yeah, and I'll be careful.
So it's not Veco, it's Vieco.
I'm a Victorian roots in me, so I have to make sure Vieco.
So years now I've been pronouncing this thing wrong?
Veco. We used to be saying Veco, but it's Vieco.
Vieco.
Yeah. What's the spelling for that, though? That would be interesting.
Well, you might have to call back and tell us.
Yeah,
that.
Pele, I mean, you started something there, and to finish it, you have to give us the spelling.
I usually have it as Viecous,
Yeah.
but maybe I have it wrong too.
Perhaps we have it wrong.
Yep.
You know?
Somebody was asking for Miss Coco. I wonder if she's already done her bit in the groovy. I think she probably has. Yeah, but she's an upcoming artist. Look out for Miss Coco, huh? We have some wonderful female artists on island, yeah?
Where she's from?
I know she lives in the south of the island. I'm not sure where she's originally from. Because you know what's happening with the south of the island now is you might be living there, but you're not originally from there. You hardly have anybody that's originally from there. You ask somebody here, okay, we from St. Patrick, or we from St. But they came down, or their parents came down, or their grandparents came down because of employment in the south of the island. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Morning. Good morning.
Yeah, hello. You're talking about the spelling, eh?
Yeah.
Now, in Trinidad, and like I told you, and there is also a restaurant in Trinidad. It is spelled Vielaco in Trinidad is really from the old yard. That's a loose translation.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, Holly Batodier, was the one I learned it from. God bless his soul. He was very big in the culture.
Mm-hmm.
It was spelled, if you check on the internet, if you Google it, you'll see V-I-A-E, L-L-A-C-O-U, Vielaco. From that's how they spell it, but they pronounce it Vieco. There is a restaurant in Trinidad, I think it's down San Fernando, called Vieco also, which means, like I said, was the old yard. Now, Vieco in Victoria was played with old stuff, old clothes, old shoes, old po, and that kind of thing. So it has to do with something old. But I notice people are saying it is the dead body. Now, for the life of me, I've been in Victoria in the 50s, and there was no representation of the dead body as far as I know. It was old stuff. As a matter of fact, they used to even play with rope skirts. And there was a tree in Victoria, a lily called lapit. They used to scrape the lapit and make it into rope skirt. From it, you got something that looked like rope, so they used to make it into the rope skirt. As a matter of fact, Vieco started with a parody of the Catholic High Mass. The priest normally used to be a guy named Mr. Photo. Everybody knows him as Blood. And they also give you the Dominos, Voviscom, and this kind of thing, they're doing the Mass in Latin, and they're using incense and all of that. It's not just what you've seen with the gong. The gongs came about when there was a band called Seven Against Rome. The guys started to ban, to be uniformed. You used to have different groups playing, Waltham, Coast Guard, and then the Victoria Town itself, up street, down street. Different groups used to make up the old mass, or the Vieco band. As a matter of fact, in Victoria, people didn't used to talk about Juve morning. It was Vieco morning, that early Monday morning. And the guys used to be, like I said, old jacket, old skirts, they have made the hats and whatnot. And later on, they start playing in gongs. One of the noted bands was Seven Against Rome. And there used to be some of the bands in the design of the hats. They used to have a cross. But to me, it never seemed to be anything devilish or satanic. I know the guys in Guav Maran, when they started the other band, I think up to now, they have a band called Satanic Angels or whatever it is. But in Victoria, I cannot remember, I mean, I could be wrong, anything about anything satanic or demonic with vehicle. So, I don't know the spelling. I've been doing the research. I have been trying to get the spelling correctly. The closest I come to it was Vielaco, like is this thing that they have in Trinidad. I call my friend in Haiti, I call my friends in St. Lucia, but I cannot get a proper spelling. They don't seem to know. I noticed in some official documents, it is spelled Vieux, like I say, Vieux-Fort, Vieux-Corps. But I cannot say what exactly is the correct spelling. But I know the pronunciation, like all Victoria people will tell you. And the one you had it wrong a while ago is Vieux-Corps. That's anybody in Victoria would tell you it is Vieux-Corps. And I really wish the Grenadian masses and the SMC and everybody get that correctly. I'll do some more research and get back to you maybe sometime before the carnival.
While you're on the line,
Yeah,
Pele,
thank you very much, guys.
No, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet.
Don't leave yet. You can hear me?
Say that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, very, very weak. I really don't know. Sorry.
Okay, you can hear me better now.
Yeah, right.
Right. I just want to bring you back to around 1971, 72, right? When there was that incident in St. George's, Carnival time, with the sailors, and I think it was a Veco. Do you have any information about that? Give us some...
Well, no, let me tell you something. Let me go back to that. As a matter of fact, I was in the band. I was playing with the WAV band when that happened, around what used to be Y Dilemma, the health center, etc. Now, the Guav, a band of vehicles from Guav came down. And one of the things that was alleged, and not true, because, okay, let me take back to Victoria a little bit. In Victoria, guys use the vehicle to punish people. I mean, something that was used in vehicle was poireté. You know it's poireté?
Yes.
Yeah. There was a
Very
guy,
aware.
he was working with a lady, and like he was not too happy with the relationship. So the Juve morning, he went and threw poireté into her place. Right? A guy from Maran, I think his name was Joy. Well, I don't think anybody ever gets as much bull pistol as that guy. Again, a bull pistol was part of the implements of the vehicle ban in Victoria. But you see, the vehicle ban was very, 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 very disciplined. You cannot do what you want when you're in the band. There's a guy named Roden. When Roden patrolling the perimeter of that band, you have to go along with what it's saying. There were certain terms in vehicle, like throw po. You can't throw po if the man tell you to throw po. You can't rough it up is another term again. You can't rough it up if the leader, so to speak, don't tell you walk it up. Rough it up, sorry. And then there's retire. When you hear retired, I mean, you have to turn around and go back up from where you're from. The vehicle normally travels Diamond Street, up and down from Hero Square, down to the junction of the police station and back. So when you reach there, for you to go back, you have to hear the man say, retire. If you disobey, you get a bull pistol in your back. I mean that was part of the discipline in it. Now, some of the quote-unquote pretty girls in the village, when them guys, you know, they're talking to them, they don't listen, and you say, okay, boy, vehicle money, you will get it, you will get vehicle money. So they also take refuge by going to different villages. They might go to Guav, or they might go to Tong. But apparently, the story I heard is that the vehicle from Guav, in those days, the schools, convent, college, PBC, we always used to be playing carnival. We used to be in the bands. So there were a group of girls from Guav, a couple went to convent and they were playing in the band. And I learned that one of the guys in Guav, from the Guav vehicle band, hit her. No, you cannot go in a a WAF band.
A WAF band,
and make trouble. You cannot go in a WAF band if you play much go and make trouble. And I think that is where the confusion started. That is where the fight started. It is alleged that a vehicle from Gov run right along the seashore right up to go off Hill Road. He run right up along the seashore. But there were some other things that came out of that. A notable guy, quote-unquote, Bajan, got stabbed, cut in his face and all of that. It was a little sordid affair. It was not nice. But I know the guys who threaten you around that time. Now, also, there is something in the vehicle ritual called blessing, where every vehicle morning, they go and they bless the house. And to bless the house, they'll have a concoction of stale urine and fish gill and all of that. They would bury it for days, and they'll go and spray it around the person's house who they decide to bless, and they would beat up the house with the old powder, them old posy, and stuff like that, especially if the occupants of the house did them wrong. Now, there was a situation where some lady, a very popular guy in Victoria, was trying to check the lady daughter, and she didn't like that, and just to curse him and whatnot and whatnot. So they decided to bless her house that morning. And it was normally accompanied by a song. If you'll pardon me, the song they used that morning was, "Oh my, you don't hear, oh my, you don't hear. Finba say you get it already. What you do, you don't care." And they go up, they go around the house, they beat up the house, they throw it with this whole very, very, very putrid, stink-smelling substance. They would throw it all around the house. That was part of the ritual of the vehicle.
All right. Man, thanks very much, Billy.
We got good history today.
Well, I'm glad I got the opportunity. Because I was trying to expose, because there was an event that was taking place, and it was advertised that the vehicle and the this and the that. And please, people, vehicle, all Victorians will tell you it is vehicle. But I'm still doing my research, and as fast as I get more information, I'll pass it on to you guys.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
Brother. One love.
Vehicle. Not vehicle. Vehicle.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have a lot to learn. See, but that is what we need, Sheldon. This type of information that could, share some light as to, traditional mass and everything like that. Good morning to you, Miss Wells. And how are you doing?
I'm wondering, though, if, do you know if in the secondary school system, some aspects of that aspect of our culture is being discussed?
I doubt. At this point in time, I doubt.
We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Romain.
Good morning to you, sir.
And a pleasant good morning to Mr. Scott.
Good morning, sir.
Listening audience. Well, I always used to say vehicle. You understand? Now I know it's vehicle. Now, Mr. Dabo, the way the people from Mount Fan and the surrounding areas adopted you, I always thought you was from that area. I never know you was from Victoria. Anyway, I can tell you that you are welcome and well received in the community where you presently reside. Now, Mr. Scott, listen to this. This is my contribution for this morning, for this morning here. My house sheltered me very well during the summer. Now the rainy season seems to be here upon us. I realize that I have a couple of serious leaks. So I will have to look and see if I need, in local terms, to patch it up or to change it. But to tell me that my house is no good is totally wrong. When all I need to change is a couple sheets of leaky galvanized. The recent rain we got, brothers and sisters, tell me that some of us did not experience a leak. Some of us. That doesn't mean your house is not good. Just imagine, from a couple leaky sheets of galvanized, They're now talking about the kitchen, the bedroom, the bathroom. They even go to the attic. So I realize they don't want to see me in a house. But apart from some leaky galvanized, I am prepared to say here that I know that my house is solid and the pillar is strong. And I'm going to stay in that house while the repair is done. Gentlemen, I trust you all will have a pleasant day. And to my brothers and sisters in Lafayette, yesterday was Lafayette Jab lunch. And Mr. Scott and Mr. Romain, while this is a national event, and while it is one of the biggest lunches that does take place in Grenada from a jab standpoint, I really want to congratulate the few guys and the few girls that really make it happen. Those that I don't envy of your success when it comes to launching this event, because I know the work that is involved is extremely tiresome. Gentlemen, have a pleasant day.
All right. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Yes, indeed. See a healthy discussion going on there because Deepo is saying as a young pan man with harps that day. Could you imagine?
I tell you, I remember that day in particular.
Deepo had an option, fight or flight. So Deepo, you'll have to tell us which option you took, fight or flight.
You took. And it was right in front of the where Scotia Bank is there, right there.
Mm-hmm.
I know that incident.
In town?
Right there, yeah.
Okay, I don't know for the life of me. I thought it was over on the Carriacou.
No.
Right. Oh yeah, because Carnival would have been in town.
In St. George's, right there.
Oh, so some people had to run up Market Hill.
I tell you, I see a gentleman with a big liquor bottle smash it into the face of a police officer, right? And all you could have seen is just blood and teeth falling down in front of him. Well, you know what happened to that guy right there with all these other police right around. I mean, he was taken away in all different forms. But and I was in the show. I was in the show of my father at that time, so I could have seen a lot of things.
You're staying high when bottle pelting for you to run.
Right on the farm and garden. You know, farm and garden used to have a little veranda. Right
I had it until recently.
Yeah, till recently,
right.
Until
recently.
You know, you used to go
if you're looking at the movie Island in the Sun, you can see them on it. Looking at the Carnival Parade from in Island in the Sun, you can see they're using that.
Yeah. And the supermarket was everybody's at that time.
Yeah, it was there up to probably about 5 years ago or so, or maybe even a little more.
After Ivan.
Yeah, it was removed because it started to rust.
Exactly.
And they did not keep it. So you could still see the mark where it was.
You could still see where it was hooked onto.
So Shirley is saying she thought it was about football, but people are saying it's not about football, it's about forwardness.
It's forwardness it was about.
Well, you know,
I tell you, it was, oh man, it was a day.
Mm-hmm. But let's ask folks to go on out and support the Groovy Monarch quarterfinals that are taking place tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll be at the Tantine Netball Court, the Carnival City, starting from 7 p.m. And it's only $10. So go on out and support that. And if the rain is coming down heavy, because you realize what the rain did Friday, he make people postpone things and then he stopped. And Saturday. Sunday, he make people postpone things and then he stopped. So let's see what's going on for later. If it's going to come this afternoon, I haven't seen the weather forecast, so I don't know if it's going to happen later. But remember, it's very con.
Yeah, very con.
Very con.
It will take us a while to get
in between. I might still say Veco.
So but
we get so accustomed to Veco,
and we're so glad that finally we're able to get the right pronunciation of it, so we can share it as we go along around this season, because our young ones are listening and they really want to be taught the right thing. You just want to say anything for them to pick up, and then they can't explain, right, or give a background. And so, and hey, Mr. Dabo, we really appreciate your input and so on. We hope you will do that,
And you see, this lends back to a discussion we were having last week in relation to preservation of our culture.
Yes.
Now, here it is. I, Sheldon Scott, would have said, go and put a well, not I would have said, I said, put a vehicle. Notice what I'm saying, I know I'm saying the wrong thing. Put a vehicle in different locations so people could see. The tourists, when they're coming in, they can see. Or you establish a museum around town in a proper location, they can go to there and they would see the vehicle. Yeah. When it is really a
vehicle.
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 Yeah.
Vehicle.
Yeah.
Right. So that they would see the proper thing.
Exactly.
And this history should be next to it.
Exactly.
Of where it came from and that sort of thing. I remember a couple of years ago going up to St. Mark for the traditional mass on the Saturday, and they were dragging a lot of old iron and pan
and poo.
Yeah, and thing behind them. So they're in the road and they're dragging it with them. Yeah.
And this thing was enamel. I mean, as a young boy, it was a total different Monday morning, as Pele rightly said, to any other place around the island. Right? It was very cool morning. It wasn't this jab and everything, you know. So
I hear
it was a...
They're calling some names, and I heard those names before. Ming, Sylvan, Boyk.
Sylvan, Boyk, and others.
So how much people Kami beat up? That's what I want to know, because I know Kami was in that one. So how much people Kami beat up?
and that thing prolonged for a long time, because there are persons who used to be in Guelph could not come to St. George's after that day. For a while. Yeah. You know, so
more things changed, the more they remain the same. Although these days we had them thing, but pretty recently we had something similar again. For those of you in St. Patrick East, there are some meetings coming up. Tomorrow at the Mount Rose Junction by Rasta D's shop, that starts at 7 p.m. So for those of you in Mount Rose by Rasta D's shop for 7 p.m. tomorrow, the Honorable Pamela Moses, she'll be out there tomorrow. On Wednesday, she will be out, God's willing, to the Rose Hill Junction by Helen's shop. That's for 7 p.m. So those are you in Rose Hill, she's heading by Helen's shop on Wednesday, and that's from 7 p.m. So we'll give you further updates as to the others that are coming up. I think she may be in Hermitage by Wayne shop on Friday. Yeah, I think Hermitage by Wayne shop on Friday. So you'll be getting more information as the time goes by. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, Devon, I'm not going to say call your phone number again, and I just realized time up.
Yeah, time up.
Time is up on us. So, folks, in whatever you say, whatever you do it safe and secure. We want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
And remember to play it safe for the carnival. Huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, take your time. Play it safe for the carnival. We're going to end with one by Bobla.
Bobla.
Yeah, man. We won't give our Bobla to finish, man.
And remember, the pronunciation is Vieco. Ko.
Right.
Vieco.
All right. And remember, Groovy Monarch tonight at the Carnival City Tanti Netball Court. We are out of here.
Every summer, the Spice Island of Grenada is transformed into the Caribbean's biggest party, Spice Man.
Coming down to Grenada.
Come experience the warmth of our people, trending theme fats, the revelry, the pageantry, and why we are the Jab Nation. The Kids, Our Future shines on August 3rd in the Children's Carnival Frolic and the Junior Calypso Show. 7 beauties take center stage as the Queen of Carnival is crowned on majestic Thursday, August 8th. The prestigious Soca and Groovy Monarchs are crowned on Carnival Friday night, August 9th. Enjoy the pulsating rhythms of the Still Pan at the Junior and the Senior Panorama on Carnival Saturday, August 10th, and Real Steel, August 17th. The March Gras crowns the Calypso Monarch on Carnival Sunday, August 11th. 2 days of frolicking in the Caribbean sun kicks off on Monday morning, August 12th, with the biggest Juve in the world. Followed by pageant and Monday night mass. The creativity and splendor of our mass parades on the road Carnival Tuesday, August 13th. Join us in the Jab Nation of Grenada, August 8th to 12th for Spice Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Only the few will see when you set the bar. but everyone will know when you've raised it.
Welcome to party. We are the greatest.
We have done it again in this, the era of greatness, with the biggest white.
We bring the most vibes.
Watch greatness unfold with Mr. Killer, Wasways, and Lava Man, and more of Grenada's best, featuring headliner Marshall Montano and the Monk Band.
We great, absolutely.
Be at the National Cricket Stadium on Saturday, August 10th. Get your tickets now from GoToFed.com and all Sunshine Promotions box offices. The biggest white. It's where greatness lives.
We are the greatest.
It's coming, the new family of EC polymer notes.
What is different about these notes?
The feel.
Polymer notes are made from a thin plastic film which makes the notes feel smoother than the paper notes.
The orientation.
The notes have a portrait orientation. You will read the notes from top to bottom instead of left to right as you do with the paper notes.
Unique tactile feature.
The front of each note has raised bumps at the top left-hand corner. These bumps form shapes that are familiar to you.
Holographic foil strip.
This feature is on the $20, $50, and $100. When you tilt the notes, the images and colors in this section will change.
New image on the $50.
The back of the $50 bears the image of former governor of the ECCB, the late Honorable Sir K. Dwight Venner.
New signature.
All the notes bear the signature of the current governor, Timothy N.J. Antoine.
EC polymer notes. Cleaner, safer, stronger.
Seven officers recognized by the Regional Security System for service during the aftermath of Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Details to this story and more in the National Report. Welcome back. With the details to the news for Friday, July 12th, I am Sherry-Ann Noel. 67 police officers have been awarded with Medals of Honor by the Regional Security System, RSS, for service during the restoration of islands following the passage of Hurricanes Irma and Maria in 2017. The officers were a part of humanitarian assistance, disaster response, recovery and rehabilitation contingent in Barbuda and Dominica. On Friday, during an investiture ceremony, the officers were presented with their medals for outstanding service. Acting Prime Minister Honorable Gregory Boeing says Grenada's contribution to the recovery efforts should not be concealed, but highlighted to show how valuable the RGPF is in the execution of service to people.
The unfortunate reality is that even in times of disaster, there are elements in our society who will take advantage of the vulnerable and capitalize on the uncertainties which exist. It therefore requires, more often than not, deployment of specially trained personnel to assist in re-establishing order and stability, to facilitate relief and recovery efforts. It is within this context that Grenada's contribution through the RGPF as part of the RSS proved to be of tremendous value.
A proud acting commissioner of police, Edwin Martin, said for the police force, providing assistance to the islands was not done for recognition, but merely fulfilling civic duties. He charged the officers to share the knowledge obtained during the restoration with their colleagues and family, so that Grenada's preparation for disasters can increase.
Today, we are recognized and honored for that. Distribution of relief supplies, security duties, and the enforcement of curfew, as well as rendering assistance for the reconstruction of buildings, which yield many law enforcement successes and contributed to the restoration of normalcy within that state. We have witnessed firsthand the catastrophic devastation of such a system, and therefore we are critically aware of the importance of making appropriate personal, family, and professional. I urge you, my colleague officers, Do not keep this knowledge to yourself. Share it with colleagues.
The officers are now authorized to publicly wear the RSS medals daily. The Ministry of Agriculture is reminding persons, especially farmers, that they can be prosecuted for burning for agricultural purposes without first getting the requisite permission. We have a report from Karima Lewis, Public Relations Officer in the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands.
Due to the hazardous risk of burning, especially in large plots of lands, the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands is reminding the public that they must first apply to the Ministry for a license that would give them the authority to burn. This license will give persons the go-ahead to burn solely for agricultural purposes, according to the Agricultural Fires Act of 1951, which states that any person who, before commencing the setting of fires on land, shall apply in writing or appear in person to an authorized officer of the Ministry of Agriculture. Tasked with that responsibility is the Chief Extension Officer of the Ministry, Randolph Shears. He says the applicant must give good reasons for applying for that license.
We in the Ministry, we advise that burning should be a last option because there are some materials that farmers can use for composting, which, in composting the material is can be used as manure, as well as there are some materials that can be left in the field to rot. Now, if the cut materials is very difficult to compose or to leave in an area to rot, then we at the ministry considers issuing a license.
Mr. Shears noted that if the license is refused, then the farmer will be given advice as to what can be done to the material. He explains the terms and conditions that the farmers must adhere to once the license is granted.
The license is granted subject to the following terms and conditions. 1, that the fire be set in small heaps which can be managed. 2, that there is a reasonable area cleared between the heaps and existing crops and neighbors' lands to prevent spreading of the fire. Thirdly, a supply of water must be available during the entire operations. And fourthly, the fire service of the Royal Grenada Police Force should be notified before the setting of any fire.
Sergeant Adrian Panchu, officer attached to the Fire Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force, speaks to the penalty for burning without the issuance of a license.
If someone goes ahead and burn on agricultural lands without obtaining a license or without applying for a license, the penalty is $500 or 3 months in prison. The law speaks to a person who would have applied not getting any answer or any response to their application within 10 days. It says that person can go ahead and burn. So if someone goes into the Ministry of Agriculture on, let's imagine, on the 1st of July, and today is the 10th of July, and tomorrow they hadn't received any response saying yea or nay to the license, they can go ahead and burn. And under that section of the law, as fire personnel, if we are called in, we would not be able to arrest and charge a person for setting fire without a license in that case. However, if the fire gets out of control, they can be charged for any damages that can be caused to any other person's property.
For the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Karima Lewis.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Every summer, the Spice Island of Grenada is transformed into the Caribbean's biggest party, Spice Man.
Coming down to Grenada.
Come experience the warmth of our people, trending theme fats, the revelry, the pageantry, and why we are the Jab Nation. The Kids Our Future shines on August 3rd in the Children's Carnival Frolic and the Junior Calypso Show. 7 beauties take center stage as the Queen of Carnival is crowned on majestic Thursday, August 8th. The prestigious Soca and Groovy Monarchs are crowned on Carnival Friday night, August 9th. Enjoy the pulsating rhythms of the Still Pan at the Junior and the Senior Panorama on Carnival Saturday, August 10th, and Real Steel, August 17th. The March Gras crowns the Calypso Monarch on Carnival Sunday, August 11th. 2 2 days of frolicking in the Caribbean sun kicks off on Monday morning, August 12th, with the biggest juve in the world. Followed by pageant and Monday night mass. The creativity and splendor of our mass parades on the road Carnival Tuesday, August 13th. Join us in the Jab Nation of Grenada, August 8th to 12th for Spice Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Welcome back. Unite, Thrive, Grow. The theme under which the 15th Western Hemisphere Regional Conference was held in Grenada. The conference, which saw the participation of 24 countries, concluded Friday. The conference is held annually to engage member countries in forums and workshops geared towards strengthening and improving the growth and visibility of the Girl Guides movement worldwide. Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cecile Lagrenade, in delivering the feature address, highlighted the importance of the Girl Guides movement to economic development. She said being a part of the association helps foster growth and harness the potential of girls through essential training in leadership roles and life skills.
Guides must be encouraged to value learning through participation in activities that demonstrate methodology, purpose, and logic behind such activities. Hiking and the exploration of nature, for example, can spark interest in climate change, one of the most pressing issues of our times. The educational methods of guiding should therefore create a learning environment where young people can take the lead and make informed decisions and choices.
World Chair Ana Maria Medeiros said this year's theme is critical in the growth of Girl Guides worldwide. She called for each movement to work together to establish sustainability and advancement.
The region will take a main central position in making the connection, in coordinating our work based on the characteristics and on the needs of all your countries. Our region, the Western Hemisphere, have a rich diversity. We join and we share our best practices. Let's try to look on new and innovative ways, and let's use our strength and our learnings.
The government of Grenada pledges its continued support to the local association as it focuses on nurturing future leaders.
I hope this conference will be a learning experience for you. May you feel empowered and motivated to work hard individually and with others, so that you can be the best you can be and to help our country be the best it can be. The government of Grenada will continue to support and to partner with the Grenada Girl Guides Association in whatever way possible, so we can all strive to raise up outstanding young leaders and citizens of tomorrow.
That was Minister for Youth Development, Honorable Keith Lewis. Grenada was nominated host of this year's conference at the 12th Regional Conference in Carriacou in 2016. And finally, active participation was displayed at Her Majesty's Prison grounds on Thursday as the prisons held their 10th annual sporting event as part of its rehabilitation and inclusion process. With rehabilitation of inmates being the main focus of the event, Her Majesty's Prisons opened its doors to the general public as a means of support to their loved ones at the institution. 4 teams had the opportunity to compete in 24 events. Superintendent of Prisons Rupert Nichols was pleased with the participation of the inmates. He says the intention is to have inmates successfully reintegrated into society upon their release.
The importance of the activity today is, as I said before, is under the rehabilitation unit, and sports is one of the key components of the rehabilitation unit. And at the same time, as I said, 10 years ago, and we had seen tremendous success over the years. Number one is that the inmates would maintain a healthy lifestyle, and in order, because it's preparation for reintegration into society. So by maintaining a healthy lifestyle, going through the rehabilitation program, upon release they can have contribute meaningfully towards the family, in the community, and the country as a whole.
Donation of prizes have been made in support of the event.
The business community out there has been very supportive to us in donating prizes towards the competition, and we will have a day fixed for prize giving ceremony after the competition.
And that story just ended the National Report for Friday, July 12th. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sherian Noel, thanking you for viewing.
Another explosive celebration of cultural ecstasy has dawned upon us. One that every citizen, every visitor, and every nation has come to relish because of our unique carnival with its multiple diversity. I am Kemik DeGale, your 2018 reigning carnival queen. It has been a pleasure to share and embrace the warmth of your hearts. As we forge ahead to yet another immaculate experience, I invite you all to participate in the pinnacle of celebration on August 12th and 13th. Be amused by the traditional mass and kiddies carnival frolic. Come share in the harmonious sound of the steel pan, the sweet rhythms of the groovy, the frenzy of Soca Monarch, and the hard-biting lyrics of Calypso. Majestic Thursday on August 8th will be a night that celebrates beauty and encapsulates woman power. Oh yes, our famous World Juve noted for our jab jab, our electrifying display of light and mass on Monday night, and the showcase of picturesque fancy mass. Let's dig deep within our roots and cultural awareness and run with building another spectacular carnival.
Only the few will see when you set the bar, but everyone will know when you've raised it.
Welcome to party. We are the greatest.
We have done it again in this, the era of greatness, with the biggest white.
We bring the most light.
Watch greatness unfold with Mr. Killer, Wasways, and Lava Man, and more of Grenada's best, featuring headliner Marshall Montano and the Monk Band.
We great, absolutely.
Be at the National Cricket Stadium on Saturday, August 10th. Get your tickets now from GoToFed.com and all Sunshine Promotions box offices. The biggest white. It's where greatness lives.
We are the greatest.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.